Hello guys, Nathan here, welcome back to the channel. We are once again back on Total War Warhammer 3 and this time we're taking a look at another mod. And this mod has been around for some time. It was on Warhammer 3, or rather Warhammer 2, and it has been ported over to Warhammer 3. And the mod that we're talking about today is the Mixu Legendary Lord mod. So what the Legendary Lord mod does, for those who don't know, it adds new unique models for the Legendary Lords in around the place. Now, it adds a plenty of models. You'll see a lot of them in the Empire, with each elector count having its own model, from Stirland, Weisenland, Talabakland. They all have it. But it's not just the Empire that has it. But so do the likes of Bretonia, which we will have a look at in just a moment. But these don't have any unique skill trees yet, because I don't think the mods can do that just yet. I still think they're still waiting on. So I could be wrong. I'm not a modder, but this mod is one of my favorite mods to use. It allows for a lot of unique plays. They can't. I know for sure they cannot add the start positions. We can't play as them yet, but once they are able to do so, they will do that. But let's take a look at some of the other lords that are in this pack. As I said, it's not just the Empire, so do all the Bretonian dukes also have unique models. Of course, I can't see them at the start here, but you know, it's always the same. As well as that, I believe that there's a plethora of other lords you can see with the link below. I'll link the page which tells you all the lords down below in the description. Okay, so I was slightly incorrect in that the lords actually do have their own abilities. We could take a look at some of them for the Empire accounts that I have. So let's have a look. So the Elector Count of Ostland, Valmir von Rokov, does have the Bull of Ostland, which gives an aura of charge bonus, speed bonus, and causes fear. As well as that, he has Gunpowder and Lead, which gives a passive ability, Sure and True, which is armor penetration or armor piercing, explosive damage increase, and missile damage increase, while also increasing the accuracy and the reload time for handgunners. As well as that, he has Staunch Defenders, which is 12% for Spearmen, and Halberdiers for weapon strength, increase in melee defense for them, and increase in recruitment rank. He also has Stubborn as a Mule, which the entire Lord's army itself gets more melee attack, physical resistance, and leadership when defending. And Margrave of the Northern March, which decreases the construction time of defense buildings and decreases the cost of defensive buildings faction-wide. So that's very nice. And then lastly, he has Hammer of the East, which gives him Death Blow, which is a increase to his weapon damage rate, strength, and weapon damage. And as well as that, each elector count has the elector count ability instead of the replenishment. Well, I can never remember what it's called. The irreplaceable. They have access to the elector count instead, which gives them imperial authority, prestige, and grants the banner for elector's count bodyguard, which gives them the ability to get. I think it's great swords. Right, can we see it down here? Might have to see it in the bar. But we also have Marius Lightdorf, the Elector Count of Averland. He has Fight Till Death, which is the passive ability, which increases his weapon strength, base weapon damage, his physical resistance, and armor piercing weapon damage. He also has Daisy Kurt von Hulbering, his unique warhorse. He has Master of Cavalry Warfare, which increases the melee attack, weapon strength, and vigor loss reduction for the Knights of the Blazing Sun, and Rights Guard units under his command. He has Protectors of the Empire, which gives the entire army Stalk for Pistoliers and Outriders, the missile damage increase and missile resistance for Pistoliers and Outriders. He has Flamboyant Style, which decreases the resource producing building time for construction, the cost of it, as well as increasing the relations with the Empire provinces and Southern realms. He also has One of the Best, which increases his melee defense, weapon strength by 12%, and bonus versus infantry. Lastly, he has Bane of the Unicorns, which enables flaming attacks while fighting Wood Elves and Bretonnians for all character. He also increased the leadership for the Lord's army, as well as increasing the bonus versus large against Wood Elves and Bretonnia for the Lord army, and decreases corruption. So that's very nice. As well as that, of course, he has the Lector count. So they do have unique abilities and such like that. It's very cool. I really like to see this, and I can't wait to be able to play the factions once the game allows you. I think they're waiting for more mod tools for that. But I would at least note that there is another faction in the game that isn't available in the campaign just yet, which is the Cabal. This was in Warhammer 2, and I assume they haven't added it in because they can't add them in on the map yet or something like that. But there is Egrim van Horseman. He is gonna be a Zinch follower when he does get added on in, and we'll take a look at him in a bit, or even now. We can take a look at some of the lords that are in the game from this mod, the models and such. As you can see, that each model has its own custom weaponry and, you know, design based on the lore of Warhammer 3 or Warhammer in general. They're so nice, and it's just awesome to see that these guys have the, you know, custom models, and I can't wait to play these on the main map. We have Elspeth and so on, and over here we have the other Elector accounts of Boris, Theodoric, and the like. If we can get a better angle, there we go. And then we have the Cabal Engrim, which looks awesome. And again, it's definitely a faction I'm going to be playing when they are able to add him in, because I play him a decent bit on Warhammer 2. So there's another mod that adds some legendary characters that I think just goes nicely with the Legendary Lord mod. So let's go take a look at some of them. So this mod adds certain characters to multiple factions, like Naryaska, Lacer, I'm butchering this pronunciation very bad, but they also do have unique skill trees. Let's go take a look. So Naryaska has Protection of the Motherland, which is a active ability that gives them damage resistance, but she can't move. Whereas she also has Urson Sanctuary, which is also more damage resistance. Then she has Cold Fire, which it gives frostbite on contact and also causes major magical and fire damage, but also moves randomly in area effect. It's a vortex spell. She also has Lacer's Techniques, which increases her base weapon damage, armor piercing weapon damage, and melee attack, as well as Bulwark of the Ice Core, which increases her defense. Guards of the Ice Queen, which gives the passive ability Guardian for Ice Guard and Tsar Guards, which is a physical resistance of 15% plus. And then she finally has Ice Blade of Daz, which is a regeneration area fetch, which heals points of combatants rather. Then everything else is pretty standard for a lord. Then we have Vladimir Stormbringer, which he is from my knowledge, he's one of the very few, if not the only, male ice mage. I could be wrong on that. I'm not too familiar with the lore of Kislev, so we'll see. But he does have the standard abilities like Hellstorm, Biting Wind, and then Hawks and Miska, and then Blizzard. So he has a lore of Tempest, and yeah, I think that's the only thing. So he has Lord Tempest, and I think he's one of the very few. As well as that, he has his unique stuff, Ice Shard, which is a magic missile. Glacial Blast, which is I think that's the ability that you have already as Katarine, or maybe it's the other lord. And you have Forbidden Knowledge, which is a level 3, up to level 3, which increases your research rate by 10% per level. Then you have Missile Mirror, which is the Cathay spell that redirects projectiles. Then the Chilling Aura. So he has a varied amount of abilities and spells, which is really nice to see. And then he just has a horse and such. Let's take a look at some of the Nurgle heroes that are added with this new mod. Again, just an FYI, I will be linking all mods down in the description with also the links to the information with what Nurgle heroes and lords and such are added. So definitely go check out the description. But then we have Epidemius, which is a hero of Nurgle. He has stuff like Maestro of Corruption, which increases corruption in adjacent provinces, Nurgle corruption that is, and also increases it even more so in the local province, and also has a chance of plague spreading increase all units in the army. We have Reckoner of Mortality, which it gives him the ability Reckoner of Mortality, which increases the all the allies in range, like base damage, weapon damage, armor piercing, weapon damage, and damage resistance. It is increased with each kill made by the unit. So the more times you're in combat, the more kills you get, the more bonuses you can get. It can go up to 100% for the weapon damage and 40% resistance damage. So quite powerful. Then you have the Maggot King, which gives him the ability for Nurgling units, which is physical resistance, which we already know. If you look at my Kugath guy and such, Nurglings are so strong, so increasing the physical resistance and such can make them insane. Then we have Tallyman, which increases the research rate by up to 30%, which is really nice. I love me some Tallyman, man. And then we have Final Output, which gives him the ability Final Output, which gives him hit points for combatants. Activates when an enemy unit is destroyed within 30 meters, so it can also increase health. Then we have Plagued Panjandrum. I'm butchering that pronunciation, but yeah, we go. And then we have the Plagued ability, which increases does a direct damage area effect of 16 to 32 damage, and it just ticks on the combatants in range if he's in melee. And then he has Locus of Virulence, which increases the weapon damage and melee attack in an aura. And then he has a typical standard, hero ability. As that, we have Valnir the Reaper. Valnir the Reaper, which is a great mod, by the way, is a legendary lord that comes in with this mod. Not just a hero, so sometimes it does add some lords, which he has the abilities Gatherer of Souls, which gives him the ability Gatherer of Souls, which is, again, it's one of those abilities where I think if you kill... if models are killed by him, it ticks up him up to 100%. And for the stuff, so more melee attack, damage, and armor piercing. And then he has Brain Fever, which is a hex active ability, which reduces the leadership. And then he has Black Rot, which is an ability, another hex ability, which reduces the weapon damage and armor piercing damage by 30%, which is a substantial amount. So very nice. Here's the Red Plague, which is a direct damage aura of 125 to 250, which damages lots of combatants and really strong against big units and multiple blobs and such. So you want to use that against the blobs. And then you got Nurgle's Blessed, which is a heal, a passive ability heal, but it is a chance of blowing yourself up and killing yourself on it. And then he has the Reaper comes, which of course he has the the scythe, very grim Reaper looking. But this is a direct damage of 1 to 2, but mostly does speed reduction and armor reduction. So that's really nice. And then the rest are fairly normal, I would say. Yeah, Angel's Disease, which is increased damage, increase province, but that again, I think that's normal. But yeah, really cool ability. There's a lot of flavor in that. I really recommend both the mods that you've seen in this video, and that's it for the video. If you did enjoy it, then please do be sure to drop a like. Let me know if you've been playing with the mods down in the comments, and if you haven't, then let me know if you will be playing with them. Can't wait to see what other things they can do once more mod tools are released. But other than that, I shall hopefully see you again next time. So have a good one. Bye bye.